Hello everyone, it is a beautiful sunny SoCal day. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and I am finally ready to share my home with you. We've got new paint, new plants, and a whole new series that documents this entire renovation from the outside in. So if you're looking for some new ideas for your own home's refresh, or if you're dying to see what my home looks like, this video is for you. Exciting times ahead, guys. We are getting the house completely painted this week. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So originally you'll see that the house almost has this like, it's a really beautiful color. It's almost like a very sagey, almost like what I'm wearing, a very sagey green color, but over the years it's like really faded into this like dismal gray color, which I'm not into at all. So can't wait to show you the complete transformation. Let's talk about the house. We purchased this home in 2015 after looking for maybe almost a year and over like 60 different homes. It was out of our budget and actually out of my location range, but when you know, you just know. This home was built in 1955. It is a mid-century modern Fermatic ranch-style home based on a famous architect Cliff May's designs and built by the equally famous builder Ross Cortez. These ranch-style homes are specific to Southern California architecture. It's built for those seeking a much-coveted indoor-outdoor lifestyle to take full advantage of the spectacular Southern California climate. We're talking sunshine year-round, people. An average high temperature of 75 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 23 degrees Celsius, which is precisely why we pay the big bucks to live here. You've got mountains, you've got deserts, you've got the beach. I mean, you really have everything in the palm of your hands. The home is just under 2,000 square feet and it sits on a lot that's just over 6,000 square feet. It has 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. It has a family room and office. I love the high vaulted ceilings, but what really sold me on the property is this fabulous gated courtyard. So now that you have a good look at what's happening inside the house, let's get back outside and talk to you about why we're even painting. We've got these really beautiful rain gutters. In between, you also have this plaster siding with a little mix of a stucco in between. But what you will get after the years is a lot of chipping, cracking, peeling paint. This home hasn't been painted for over 50 years. When we purchased the home, the paint color was like this really beautiful sage green. But over the years, it has actually faded a whole lot, and it's almost like this dismal gray color now. I want something bright, energetic, and something that just really feels like an indoor-outdoor escape. I love all the beams, I love all the architecture, but you'll see that over these 50 years, there's a whole lot of termite damage. We actually just fumigated the house, so hopefully these termites are gone, but what they've left is all of this rotting wood for us to deal with. I have always wanted a green home. So when I was deciding between the exterior paint color, I really just wanted everything to blend in. I love greens. I love to be at one with nature. I feel like there's such a brightness and invigorating quality to greens. But deciding on just the right tint and shade of green was a whole nother beast. I was going back and forth on the door. I got so many quotes for a brand new fiberglass door. They were estimating between $5,000 and $7,000 for me to replace the door. So after a lot of debating, I decided that I just wanted to refinish the door. Let's strip all the paint and see what we're left with. When it came time to refinish the door, I knew I wanted it stripped and totally sanded. I love the look of unfinished doors or even like a clear lacquer. Especially against the warmth of the greens, I feel like the contrast is going to be so spectacular. Even though I'm not shelling out $5,000 to $7,000 for a brand new fiberglass door, refinishing takes a whole lot of work. After my painters were able to strip the door, sanded it, you still had to get into all the little grooves and finishes. Over time, the door actually had a little crack in it. Every time it rained, there was so much moisture that got into the door that we weren't even able to open or shut it. It just became such a huge issue. My painter was able to fill in all of the gaps with a wood bonder, and now we're just going to apply a clear lacquer coat on top. We are 3 years into having this artificial turf now, and my biggest regret is like not doing it sooner. I still love it. It still looks like brand new from when we first installed it, but let's take a look back at what it used to look like before the turf was installed.
Before, we just had like patches of grass and patches of dirt. The sun shone into the courtyard really unevenly. Like you'll get a lot of shade in some areas, you'll get partial sun in some, and the more grass you have, the more you water it, the more you water it, the more sitting water there is, and of course this is how all the mosquitoes come. So after years of deliberating with my husband, we decided to just bite the bullet and install the artificial turf. I have a video on the channel now all about artificial turf if you are trying to figure out if this is the right choice for you. For us, it's the perfect choice. I mean, look at how my family enjoys our courtyard now. After we installed all of the artificial turf, there was just so much dirt in the space that I had to address. I really love the look of mixed textures in the space. So you've got turf. I wanted to add some like really beautiful rocks. So not only can the kids play with it, but it also keeps all of that dirt at bay. I enlisted my gardener to fill this entire side entry with rocks. After the gardeners installed all of the rocks and repositioned some of my plants, I went out to Home Depot and I picked up these pavers myself. They're only $25 per paver, but they're so heavy. I was able to get 3 pavers in as a new entry into my studio space. So we have some sample pots here that I went to Home Depot to do. Some of these colors aren't even from there. So we've got a Sussex Green from Benjamin Moore. This one is from Benjamin Moore as well. I have a Treron green from Farrow and Ball and green smoke from Farrow and Ball. So we're gonna get this up onto that wall. I'm just gonna open these pots, sample pots, and like paint them right on the walls. We are doing this fairly quickly because my painter needs these colors, and I typically put them on boards and kind of move it around the house, but I know exactly how much sun and shade I get, so I'm just gonna put it right on the walls. I cannot stress the importance of sampling paint. Here I am painting all of our sample pots on every single side of the home. We have 2 east-facing walls, one has partial sun, one gets full sun. So I knew that I needed to paint the exact same paint colors on both sides of the house. I'm moving on to the north side of the home, then the west to the south. The south is actually the front part of our home, and this part gets the most amount of shade. What I'm really concerned with is how the colors change throughout the day.
Okay, and here it is, totally dry, totally dry. This is giving me definitely like sagey. This is almost like identical to my color, so I don't even think that this is going to be a viable contender. This one has started looking less blue, and it's not really pretty actually. And then this guy is starting to look less brown, so more olive. I don't mind that one at all. Good morning, guys. Rise and shine. I've got my coffee. I have my Cozy Earth pajamas, and now we are going to look at this paint in the morning because it is 8 a.m. and I know that the light is gonna totally change it, which obviously it is. I'm gonna show you what I'm looking at right now, and now the colors have totally changed and I have new favorites. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the first one is Tate Olive, that's Benjamin Moore. The second one is Treron, that is Farrow and Ball. We've got Green Smoke, that's the third one, that's a Farrow and Ball. And the last one is a Sussex Green, which is Benjamin Moore. So what do you guys think today? Okay, I need a second opinion. Now hubby is looking at it with me and he's on the fence. Which one do you think, babe?
Either 1 or 4.
1 or 4? Okay, well then you're not on the fence. That was kind of like your same as yesterday. 1 or 4. Okay, guys. Okay, and then here I am in the front of the house, obsessing some more before Kamari goes to school. Because now in the front of the house, I actually like the lightest color, which is the Treron, which was too light on the east side. I'm thinking it's Tate Olive, guys. I mean, I really wanted like a beautiful olive hue. I feel like the Sussex Green, it's really beautiful. Like, you know, I was talking shit on it yesterday because it looked like shit. And now it's like really pretty. Which one you like? Oh, because we're prepping for paint, honey. So, okay, now that we're looking at it again, this is 6 o'clock at night. So obviously the paint has totally dried. And you can kind of see that the first one It's very similar to the color that I have, but a little bit more green. The second one is very sagey. I'm gonna say no on that one. The third one is still reading very gray blue to me. And then the fourth one is kind of like a really beautiful olive hue that I was talking major shit on before because I thought it looked too brown. And then now I'm kind of loving it. And here it is again at night at 8 p.m. I mean, am I ever outside my house at 8 p.m.? No, probably not. But we do go out and we do come home at 8 p.m. and this is going to be the house color that we see. So it is just as important to me as daytime light. Okay, exciting. We are prepping for primer.
If you are embarking on exterior paint renovation, you'll have to understand that the prep work is crazy. My painters probably spent about 3 full days prepping the entire exterior, getting it ready for paint.
Wow, this is all water damage. Look at that. But like over 50 years, there's so much water damage. Clearly, I have like a jungle out here.
After power washing all of the walls, this is the best way to get all of that peeling, chipping, cracking paint off. They came in with silicone and putty to get in all of the little nooks and crannies.
We have got the first coat of primer on. It's looking very green, huh, Kumari? And we've got the Durango on the fascia. This is the first coat of primer, and we've got the eaves and the underside of the roof painted. I gotta show you guys though. Look at this!
During the prep work, my painter actually found a nest filled with baby birds. He was actually investigating all the nests around our perimeter, and a lot of them were empty, so we are able to discard this. But these are starling birds, and they are native to Southern California. They're actually an endangered species here, so you're not allowed to remove them until the birds and the babies have actually left the nest. What a delightful surprise. Kamari was completely fawning over these chicks. You know, it's never enough to just address the exterior paint of the home. You have to talk about all of those little extras that really make or break the space, like our garden gate. When we first looked at the property, I fell in love with the interior courtyard. I knew that this janky little gate was not going to make it or break it for me. It was so easy for me to design a new door and to have it fabricated, since this is what I do for a living. I was able to sketch out a paneled wood door with a really cute arch design. I had this fabricated and made out of solid wood. But over time, it started cracking, it started chipping, so we decided to switch it to vinyl instead. The total cost of the previous wood door that I had to throw away was $600. The new cost of my vinyl gate was $1,000. So a huge designer's tip when you're working with a budget, buy the best that you can afford, because there won't be a need to shell out more money to fix a previous mistake. When it came time to specify a brand new screen door, I knew exactly what I wanted, and this wasn't it. I wanted something retractable and something that would almost disappear when it's in use. My new screen door slides out in a cinch, it stays put with this little magnet closure, and it retracts when it's not in use. I've had the mesh replaced quite a few times since we installed this, but the original installation cost me $500, and every time we had to replace the mesh, it was like another $250. I replaced the wall sconce at the entry. We installed garden lights on the perimeter. This was actually a complete labor of love. I knew that I wanted to illuminate my beautiful new garden, especially at night. We also added 2 new wall sconces on the exterior side of the garage door, which I absolutely love, because before, when we came home late at night, it was like pitch dark. But now it's moody, it's vibey, it's so pretty. We also replaced the old wooden gate that was original to this home, and this wood gate actually spans 35 feet long, and it separates our backyard from our neighbor's backyard. I found a really great local fabricator that actually did it for $7,000. So we split the cost with the neighbors, and I am in love with this new look. It's just so clean, so modern, it's low maintenance, and there's like a 50-year warranty on it. Can't beat that. Time for the final reveal. What color do you think I ended up choosing? So here is our final paint roundup. For the walls, I went with Tate Olive from Benjamin Moore. For the eaves and the fascia, we went with Durango from Benjamin Moore. And all of the white trim is Ultra Pure White from Behr. I know I was obsessing with this Tate Olive color from Benjamin Moore for what seemed like weeks, but I am so happy I chose this moody hue. Now that I've lived with this color for over a week now, I love it. It makes my home feel so much livelier than it was before. That's it for today's video, everyone. I hope you got some really good ideas on how to refresh your home if you're looking for an exterior update. We're not even done. We're not even close. I still have the backyard to address. I mean, just look at it. It's looking pretty sad. There's no furniture. My plants are all over the place, but right now, that's not a priority. I still need to figure out what I'm going to do with this landing zone. We've got this beautiful new door, but we've got that same old gray. What should I do with this space? I'm thinking of adding like a stencil. I was also thinking of installing old antique ceramic tile, but I haven't really figured it out. I'm going to give you 2 different options, so please weigh in on the comments below. In case you missed it and you are considering artificial turf for your own home, definitely check out my artificial turf video. I am going to link it right here. This video is jam-packed with everything you need to know from cost to maintenance. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'll see you in the next one.